Flowers have male and female parts, just like there are male and female animals. Here is a diagram of a typical flower. The two important parts are the pistil in the center and the stamen that surrounds it. The tips of the stamen are called anthers. It is within these structures that the flower's pollen are produced and stored. The pollen grains are the male cells. The pistil of the flower protects the ovary, or the place where the eggs develop. This is the female part of the flower. These eggs can turn into seeds if a pollen grain from one plant is able to fertilize or join with the egg. This is how it happens. If a pollen grain lands on the tip of the pistil, it will grow a tube down into the ovary, possibly fertilize an egg. If that happens, a seed will develop, and the ovary changes into a fruit to provide protection and food. For seeds to develop, pollen must travel from one plant to another. When the flowers mature, the anthers open up and pollen grains are released. Some plants release the pollen into the air to be carried by the wind to other flowers and plants. It is this pollen in the air that bothers many people who suffer from hay fever. Pollen that is spread by the wind has a slim chance of reaching the pistil of another flower, so there is an even better method of pollen transfer. This other method requires the help of insects and birds. A bee is attracted to a flower and searches for nectar. While the bee is looking for the nectar, it rubs against the anthers and pollen may stick to the bee. When the bee travels to the next flower, the pollen may rub off onto the new flower's pistil. You can see the pollen on this bee's legs. The yellow sacs or lumps are pollen grains from the many flowers this bee has visited. If everything goes right, the flower produces new seeds that can grow into new plants for the following year.